Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know we have SP Little Knight. Again, this quarter century secret rare is getting destroyed in price. The market is burning down. These prices are crashing hard, fast, and steady, guys. Why? Because in the case of Little Knight, it got the Starlight rare higher end reprint, matching rarities in the sense of quarter centuries versus starlights. They're both high rarities, so people now have a cheaper option. And as you can see, we've been covering this card as it crashes down from 350s. This card was 300s the other day. I think when we collab with a very nice Yugioh, card was like $300, maybe 250s. You come in today, it's 200. Yo, 30 listings only. Sheesh, crashing down multiple listings, mind you, not like the willy-nilly one-ofs, random one-ofs here. I mean, of course, towards the bottom of the page, it does go back up into the 240s, 250s. So the card is still scarce. A lot of people are going to still consider this the max rarity, but it doesn't change the fact that we now have a Starlight. And again, tomorrow we're going to be covering the tins more in depth. A lot of moves going on with the tins through the weekend, but we said here, we're going to give it the weekend. We're going to have V-shaped recoveries. We're going to have cards that continue crashing down. We're definitely going to cover that. And for more, updates on X, I've been posting some updates, some little nuggets of information for the masses in case you're interested in, the coverage of the tins, things of that nature. But tomorrow I'm going to have a blast. I'm going to have a blast covering the tins because look, we were literally talking about this card. What was the last time we touched base on it? Was it 20 bucks? Maybe a little over? I think we were up here. I mean, the whole point is the card is still down already $5 from if we talk last. I mean, again, guys, we do market watches every single day. We talk about so many different cards. And now it's been a couple of days since we talked about the tins. So again, massive walls of China here. This sell pressure that we always talked about for a card. Oh, this is 30 bucks. It came out. Short printed, starlights, this, that, and the third is hard to pull. And now the card is down 50% through the weekend, mind you. Oh boy, I'm gonna have some fun in tomorrow's market, which of course you have the impulses rebound a little bit. You got the Fawaloses and you got the Perulias. Some of these cards are gonna rebound. They're the chase cards, they're hard to get. We understand, guys. We said it. On Friday. That's what we said, right? So things that we're gonna be keeping in mind for this product. But again, guys, these cards are crashing for the OG prices. Hopefully people sold. Because we even talked about this card at 300. Now you wake up a couple days later and now people holding on to this $100 less. This fast. I mean, you never know. The card might keep, panic selling into 150s. Panic everywhere in the markets as, these cards get reprinted, guys. Insane to see this happen. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, because again, maybe not. Hopefully these cards, for Little Knight, the Starlight remains at around 15s, maybe even lower. Because I want my, if I see these at an event, I'm gonna pick them up. Which, by the way, this upcoming weekend, I'm gonna be in Philly. So if you're from the Northeast, if you're going to Philly, if you see me there, say hi, man. Just come up, say hi. It's always fun to catch up with people at events, especially the Philly regional. Just love that regional, man. Every time there's cheap flights up there, I'm gonna be there, man. The Northeast, man, Philly. If I see one of these in the trade binder, hey, Billy, let me swipe that up for 15 trade binder. You feel me? So we'll see by then if it'll still be around this price. But sell pressure, guys. The market's burning down, and we're gonna keep showing you guys with more and more examples. We have Songs of the Dominators, guys. Look at this card. This secret rare. Again, I still think, potentially down the line, it depends how the meta shifts. This all comes down to utility. This card could still have the potential to be a 40 to 50 piece. It does. It's a core set secret rare from a core set that has no more value essentially in it. So in the future, Dominant Spiral coming out, and now everyone's going to have their impulses and their purges thanks to the reprints and the tins. Down the line, if this card sees play, if the Dominus cards become more relevant, or in a format where instead of hand traps, people decide to play Dominuses, triple spirals, triple purges, triple impersons. What is that? Impulses and triple Songs of the Dominators. Damn, that is 12 cards, but you never know, man. You never know. The meta's always ever changing, is always evolving. There's always new cards coming out. And hey, if Konami continues to support the Dominus cards, You wake up one day in the meta and, yo, I need my Dominators, and this card can be up there. But in the meantime, people don't care. They're like, Jay, that's maybe down the line in speculation. You guys are right. Right now, card was 33s and essentially down 50%, man. Wow. Card is down 50%, 82 listings right here. And then the walls are pushing 19s, and the major walls are around 19 bucks. A lot of supply coming in. That sell pressure has been intense for this card. So great retracement. Like, again, right now, essentially, you can get this card around 50 bucks for a playset. Not bad. If you need the card, you need to get it. You need to have it. As a secret rare from Allen that shouldn't see a reprint anytime soon. That is the key factor. Right now, it's not seeing plays, not utilized. The card is trash. We understand. But again, thinking into the future, the card has crashed down 50% already. So usually, after you have these parabolic rises, you know, from 10s to 30s, mid 30s, then you want to buy the halfway down, which is going to be around 1750. And here we are, you know, a tad bit under, but essentially this is where we're at right now. This is no better time to get exposure to this card. Sure. Does that mean that this card can't go down to 15s, maybe even lower? Of course it can. But it was just 33s the other day, man. Essentially, that's how it feels. It was in the New York regionals, you know, whenever I went, you know, back a month or two ago. Damn, time is flying by. And this card was like 30s. And now it's like down 50%. Crazy how these cards continue crashing down into oblivion. Let me know what you guys think. Same as Meows, man. Mulcharmy Meows, this card. The cat Mulcharmy right here, volume is picking up here like we said it would. And we'll get into that in a bit. 64 listings. You have play sets. Essentially, the card is 20 bucks. And at the bottom of the page, it starts creeping back up to 25. So again, we know this card is getting a reprint later on this year. It was already announced. And again, men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. Art class with Jay, we always talk about the charts. We said, guys, as people get Fawaloses and Perulias and the other Mulcharmies get more readily available thanks to the tin, you know, we expect volume. There's going to be people like, you know what, man, I've already picked up my Perulias and my Fawaloses from the tins. Man, I want to have all the Mulcharmies now. I want to have access to them. And they come in, they're like, you know what, man, I just need it. The volume is picking up here as expected. And that's with this volume candle right here. And that is thanks to the other Mulcharmy reprints. You know, it's par for the course. We knew this would happen. I don't think it'll be long lasting because the card is just not seeing heavy meta play right now. Of course, a ban list can change things around fast. Just something to keep in mind. You know, where, oh, we don't need Meows. And then all of a sudden, you know, ban list comes, certain X deck gets better, Y deck gets better. And then all of a sudden people need this, even if it's in the side. But for now, volume is coming in. Card is still at 20s. Not bad. If you need it, you know, if you're like, yo, I just want my playset at around 20s and you need a play or you just want to have it, not bad at all. But keep in mind, big picture, that this card just has been crashing down in the lows and eventually will be getting its reprint soon. Guys, first link in the description down below. You want to fast track each and every single card that we're talking about today. You can see the accumulative chart here just getting destroyed in price, guys. Fast track these cards at your convenience. So make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, like the video on the way in. Would gladly appreciate that. We have triple T's, man. Triple Tactics Thrust. Ultra rare. This card was 16 bones the other day. Crazy. The card was $16. And now flash crash, and it says to 12s we wish. Is at 11s here. 37 listings with playsets here, mind you. Of course, towards the bottom of the page, it does attempt to reclaim the $12 mark. 4 pages only. So that's crazy that someone paid $36 for an ultra rare thrust. Damn, Billy. Damn, poor Billy Ball. He ain't living to fight another day. Shit, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, the card is retracing back down to the mean, guys, you know, because again, later on this year, we're getting an alternate art reprint of this card. It's already announced. People know that. You know, people understand that there's going to be more supply out there and the card will be more readily available. Now, that is down the line. There's a gap zone between now and then. There's still a meta-relevant card. People are still going to need it from now until then, and even after the reprint. So, but just wanted to inform you guys that this is, you know, a $5 dump essentially. So, like, if you need the card, yo, I was waiting for this, man. You know, I need thrust because I'm playing, you know, X deck, Y deck, Z deck. You come over here. Not bad at all at 11s. I'd be picking this up at, you know, right there, right now if you need it to play. yo, I need exposure to the card. I need to have it. I need it for my side deck. I need to play the card at 11s. Much better than paying 16s a pop, guys. Very considerable dump right here for this best-selling card. Then we have Forbidden Droplet, man. This quarter century secret rare recently is off his highs in price. The card was 60 bones, man. We covered it on the channel. And now you wake up one day and the card is just flash crashing. It says 52, 53s, but we're at 44, 45 bones, man. 27 listings. And of course, after a couple here in the mid 40s, it does reclaim the $50 mark and beyond, where you start to see the major walls of China at 52 bones. But yeah, man, people have been coming in, grabbing play sets at 45s here in the mid 40s. A lucky person even at exactly 40 bucks. Wow, a lot of, look at that, $39.99. Man, a lot of flash deals coming in the latter part of last month, and now to start off, you know, September strong, people have been buying up this card in the mid 40s. So yeah, just wanted to, you know, show you guys that the card has been down 15 bones a pop. So that's an extra, what, $45, $50 in your pocket for a playset compared to prices not too long ago. Definitely a considerable flash crash. Wanted you guys to keep this in mind in case this was the version, you know, of the card that you want. And of course, a card like this can get a Starlight rare in a Rarity Collection 5 or wherever else Konami decides to reprint Starlights down the road. So keep it in mind, that definitely can happen. But in the meantime, it's the QCSR from Rarity Collection Uno that has been getting destroyed in price. We have Vanquish Soul Holly Sue. This card, every time we come back to revisit this card, it's at a lower price. Just making all-time low after all-time low after all-time low. Crazy, crazy. Look at this. Double top formation at $45. We always said the card could be anywhere between 40 to 50s. It did not reach 50 bucks, but 45s, it was sure close. And then crashed down into oblivion. It says 14, 15 bucks, but right now, look, we even cracked into the 13s. Over 100 listings for this ultra rare. The card is at around 14 bucks. You know, and with playsets down here and everything, guys. So a lot of selling going on, panic selling. People like, you know what, we're moving on from Vanquish. So yes, you know, it's heavily represented. Yes, most people are using it. Yes, but most people that want it already have it. There's not like a large influx of players being like, yo, I want to play Vanquish, so right now let's switch over from Yummy or from Dracotail or from, not really. So wow, insane to see this Duelist Advance ultra rare, broken card, mind you, just getting destroyed in price, man, at all-time lows. And look, Duelist Advance, man, what, boxes are going up to 39? I mean, they've always been at 40s, but yeah, man, crazy to see some of these card valuations here. So there you go. We have Striker Mecha Hornet drones. We talked about Yugioh Justice Hunters yesterday, and we touched base on some of the cards from there, but I wanted to leave this CR for today because it's at all-time lows, man. Card was 18s not too long ago, and now is at under $15 with these massive walls of China. Insane. Back-to-back walls right here at 1487s and 1488s. 45 listings only. Yeah, the walls are coming in, man. The sell pressure's coming in for this card. The lower it goes, the better. Because Sky Strikers, you know, again, I see this card making a comeback down the line once it gets scarce. Sky Striker players like, yo, I want my CR Hornet drones max rarity. So again, just want to keep in mind, it's at all-time lows. Volume attempted to come in, but still finding a new low in price. If you want it, no better time to get exposure than now, especially if you just need your one of. We have Artmage Academic Arcane Arts Acropolis, the 5 A's right here for the secret rare. No better time to buy this card. Again, every once in a while, maybe once a week, we always revisit this card because it is, of course, that secret rare from Duelist Advance, and I think it's underrated, undervalued, not because of its meta relevance, not because it's the end-all be-all, oh my gosh, Artmage is meta, this, meta, that. No, is because I expect a second wave of support for Artmages. And when that does happen, people are going to rush back in. They're going to be like, oh my god, the core set secret rare, man, I need that field spell. And they're going to get exposure to this card. So look, you're at all-time lows. That's when you want to buy a card. We always talk about this time and time again on this channel. It's all about the lessons. Today, it's the Artmage field spell. Tomorrow could be any other card that you are looking at. Free information, guys, free education. And by the way, a free course coming soon on the channel to celebrate our 10K. I'm going to be providing a free course to the community, an actual course with recorded videos, examples like these for you guys to get educated, because I that's what I'm here for, to positively impact people's lives. Yes, we talk about card by card and, you know, the time sensitiveness of particular card prices and things of that nature, but also to educate you guys so you can do, you know, and find examples like these again, because the game is too easy. Look, this is what you want to buy. You want to buy the blood in the streets. You want to buy the lack of interest. You want to buy the lows, the cheap prices, the consolidation near the lows. Look, this card was 30 bucks. 30 bucks. You didn't FOMO in. You knew better. You saw this initial rush candle right there, and we were like, yeah, we know better. That's why we got the V-shaped recovery. It's all about phases. You get the initial supply shock when it first comes out, then you get usually a V-shaped recovery, and I'll explain all these phases down the line, like in the court, in, you know, one of my future courses. But it's important to understand these phases. Not all cards go through this, but most cards do. V-shaped recovery into the initial rush candle. You have the top, and then it never looks back. Once it broke this pivot low, a wrap. It's a wrap. Then you have the falling knife mode, the panic selling, all the way down to now. All the way down to now. A $30 card hit in tens. We always said this card is a great entry price for this card is at single digits. Anything either below or at around 10 bucks, beautiful. If you can pick up this playset at 25s in person, even better. For a cash deal, we're allowed to do so. Guys, this is what you want to buy. You want to buy the consolidation, the lack of interest. You're closer to the lows than anywhere near the highs. That's good news for you. So again, it's time to get exposure to this card right now. You have a couple 1-ofs here, 4-ofs at 10s. This is when you want to buy. There's massive walls of China between 10 and 1050s. That's good news. That's good news. The supply is readily available. The card shouldn't be moving in the short term, but mid to long term, I expect a strong rebound from these lows once we get a second wave of support. 89 listings. Do not sleep on this core set secret rare Artmage field spell. It's already crashed, boys. We have Lancia Ancestral Dragon of the Ice Mountain. This card recently was 14-15 bucks. You know, now flash crash. We had the largest volume candle in the last 90 days came in because it went from 14-15s to 850s. And right now, that's where we're at around 8 and some change, 54 listings. And you just don't know. This came in Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge. We don't know if and when this card is getting reprinted. And of course, it's not the end all be all. Don't like, oh, an extra deck staple. We all need this card. No. But at the same time, for decks that can make this card is broken. It's a secret rare, only has the quarter century and the secret rare. So at single digits, at around 8s, if you always wanted this card, wanted to let you guys know. It's crashed down, you know, considerably. If you need it, 8 bucks is not that bad for this single print secret rare that continues to crash down in price on the 3-month chart. We have Red Nova. Again, a lot of hype. Oh, killer tunes and synchro summoning, and I want to play killer tunes, Jay, and I'm looking forward to this and to that. They play this at 1 in most deck builds that I've seen. And this is the common. Again, the common was a quarter. Crazy. Going from a quarter to $7. $7 for a common. And then crashing all the way down. It says the 3s, but we're at, you know, 3s with these walls of China. Beautiful, beautiful price action. Disclaimer, we don't know if and when this card is getting reprinted. If it gets reprinted, obviously this common will get destroyed in price. But assuming that it doesn't get a reprint anytime soon, what a beautiful chart. What a marvelous chart. This is what we always talk about on the channel. Yes, you missed out. Yes, you didn't get it at a quarter. You know, you missed out this move right here. You missed out on this parabolic spike right here. We understand. Massive volume candle came in here, and we had a top right thereafter as usual. Guys, we understand. Okay, but when you miss the main move, you guys already know what goes next. We invented the formula here for charts like these, literally. But when do I buy? Oh my God, I want to buy Red Nova and I need it, and I'm playing killer tunes, but it was a quarter and now it's $7, and it's like, oh man, I don't feel like paying $7, even $5 for a card that was just a quarter. We get it. So when do you buy? We literally telling you. I remember, man, when I first started watching market watches, you know, watch the other market watchers here and there. They do a, you know, great job, learn so much from so many different market watchers, right? But still, sometimes I'm like, when do I buy? Literally, yeah, that's all good and well, the fundamentals, schmundamentals, and the reason why it's going up. When do I buy? When do I buy? I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys are having a beautiful Sunday. For those watching here, the couple of thousand people that tune in Sunday, maybe I'm in the background, I'm on UTV, maybe on a commute, who knows, wherever I'm at. But that was always the question. The question, look, we're 20 minutes in. When do I buy? Such an important question when it comes to market watching and knowing when to buy your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. Are charts perfect? No. Are all our calls perfect? No, they're not meant to be. It's all about math, probability, data, evidence, charts. To give yourself what? The best chance to be successful. It's as simple as that, right? So again, the halfway down move, the 50% dump of the move. What is 50% from $7, $7.13? It's going to be around $3.50s. Beautiful, just beautiful. Look, we had a crash down. Where? Halfway down move. You can't make this stuff up, man. You cannot make this stuff up. Literally, this is the halfway down move point right there from the high. Jay, but I missed it at a quarter, and you missed it at sevens because you were patient, right? So if you're patient, patience wins this game. And now what do we expect for this card? It does not have to happen, you know, but we expect possible curvature. You know, as people get rehyped in the next couple of weeks and months, the card still doesn't see a reprint, assuming that obviously. And then people are like, yo, I need my red novas. And then you come back and we at the very minimum have, you know, a second leg up status, either to a double top formation or maybe a new all-time high. You know, of course, charts ain't perfect. This could continue going down, crashing down. Anything is possible. But when it comes to probabilities and you need the card, you're like, yo, I still need it. I get it. And it's expensive. You know, it's not a quarter anymore. But you still need the card and you're looking for your entry price. You want to give yourself the best shot. It does not guarantee that the card can't go down. No one knows. No one knows. But you're giving yourself the best shot. Just beautiful. You can't make this stuff up, man. Literally, the halfway down move, retracement back down to the mean, 50% dump. This is when you buy. Anything under 350s is great because it's the 50% halfway down move. This is incredible, man. What we're doing here, it's sad, honestly, that it's not mainstream. You know, it is. But we continue to grow. We continue to put in the work so that we can save as many Billy Bobs as possible. But it's sad. It's sad that it's not mainstream, that, you know, people don't care about prices, that they're like, you know, man, it doesn't matter as long as I get the card. I'm not here to make money or, you know, I can't lose money with Yu-Gi-Oh because I still own the cardboard and I don't care if it goes up or down because I'm playing my card and all that nonsense. It's sad. It is sad, but we can't control, you know, the masses out there. It is what it is. So my job here is for the people tuning in, the people that care, the people that want to educate themselves to learn. Today it's red nova, tomorrow could be blue nova, and the day after that it could be green nova, and I could go through all the colors of the rainbow, guys. And the whole point is that learn, education. That's where it's at, man. That is where it's at. Beautiful. I'm sorry. I just look at a chart like this, I have to go on a rant, positive rant, mind you. For those people tuning in today, thanks for being here, finding value in what I do. But the game is too easy. Me, I'd be buying this card right now. Jay, but I bought and it went down to twos into $1.50. No one knows, right? But what if, you know, it retraces back up? It pumps back up to 4 to 5s and beyond as killer tunes get rehyped or something gets announced or this card doesn't get reprinted. Just keep these factors in mind. Wow. I'm good at what I do, boys. I am. Wow. Just it hits sometimes, man. You know, that's why we got 10K, man. But I'm good at what I do. Again, it's self-confidence, right? Talking about myself like I'm crazy, right? But it's using that knowledge to help, to positively impact people's lives, man. That's what I love to do, guys. We have the Ngursu, the Orcus of the Evening Star. This OT, ultimate rare. I don't understand how a card was 22 bucks, crashes down to 16s, mind you. And if you go to the 6 month, I'm sorry, was it the yearly? Yeah, the yearly. This card used to be 17 bucks about a year ago. And the card went up to 27s, 30s, whatever it went, even 40s right here. And then a year later, literally the card doesn't just crash back down to the scene of the crime, but it actually makes an all-time yearly low. Mind-boggling how that works when the card is actually getting support. Like this value when it was 17s here, no one played Orcus. Literally, like no one played Orcus. The cards were, fell out of favor. So it had hits on the ban list. No one played Orcus. And now today that people are actually playing the deck, this ultimate rare, it's $10. That's crazy, bro. 10 bones for this ulti. I don't think I've ever seen this card at $10. It was always 20s in the high teens, maybe 15, maybe, but 10 bones. Crazy. The chart hasn't even updated. We're at all-time lows, guys. And yeah, man. And with massive walls of China, man, mind you. Of course, after that wall, it does reclaim the $15+ mark. So keep it in mind. But yeah, man. Crazy. 10 bones. Wow, for the OT and the QCSR going down to 5s. And the card is good. It's a generic rank 8 broken card. Seen play with Orcus at the regional, at the local level. It's not like Orcus is heavily represented. We understand. But to go lower than previous prices when the card should be more scarce, I don't understand, guys. You explain that to me. And here we have Anamatada. Man, the Zoo Gaga Go Go Do 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 card. That's crazy. That never really did anything, guys. There was a lot of hype, yes, in the OCG. It made certain moves in the sense that people were actually playing the version of the deck. Yeah, there's some people here in the TCG that did play the version of Yugioh, and some people maybe got the occasional top at locals, maybe a random kid in the regional. We get it, but the card really never panned out. And we did talk about the potential of it going up, and it did. Shout out to Rogue Hero for telling people to pick up the card before the parabolic move right here. Before, which one was it? I think it was, he was the one that caused his buy. We had him on the channel, and the card went parabolic, and then now crashed down to the previous pivot low. This card is done for. It says 441s, we wish. The card is under 3s now. Readily available. He had around $3. This quarter century secret rare. And the reason why I show this chart is, like we always talk about on the channel, hype cycles. They're so important. Hype cycles, most of these decks, they don't even last a full format. If I'm being honest with you, like Yu-Gi-Oh is getting to a point where, like, and shout out to Triff because he highlighted this in our collab. Like, if you don't play the best deck, you're just not on it. You're not going to win most likely, right? It's not like back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, you can go with a rogue deck to locals and top, or, you can go this, you can go that. Most likely, yes, at locals, you can still, there could be an Orcus player, there could be a Mitsu player still, a Malice player, and they can top their locals. But it's just not as likely as before, and Onamat, who's playing this, man? Crazy, man. Look at this hype cycle from 12, 13 bucks, and a Billy Bob paid 20 bones, crashing down the sets of 4s, and we're at 3s. Insane. Hype cycles, man. Love that word. Love that phrase. And I'm gonna really hone in on that for my course, guys, for you guys. I'm gonna hone in on that. And again, I'm not saying, sure, maybe there's paid courses down the line. Of course, why not? Just for the people that truly want to get educated, and want to go down that journey, but free. First, there's going to be a free course for the community. There's so many important terms and things to keep in mind. You guys see me here, and I have all this in my brain, but it's been an accumulation of education of different things all coming together. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? So it's powerful when you get educated, but there's so many things to keep in mind. It's crazy. So many little things and nuances to keep in mind. And it just all came to me right now in the sense that I love that word, hype cycle, because it's very important in us making or saving money in Yu-Gi-Oh! And of course, other things are tied to a patience wins this game, because, you had to be patient. If you sold here, damn, Jay, but I still want it. Maybe you want this random card, and then you waited, and now you pick it up cheap, free 99. You feel me? It's all about that, hype cycles. I'm going to keep mentioning it because it happens time and time again. We see example after example after example of these hype cycles, and it's our responsibility to take advantage of it. It doesn't matter. It's not about selling the top. It's not, you sell in between the two buns. You're the hamburger meat. You feel me? Yeah. How the mighty have fallen. Rock of the Vanquisher. This last year's tins prismatic secret rare used to be $10 double digits. 2 bones, man. Wow. Excuse me, guys, over 100 listings. This card, look at that. It's essentially $3, man. Of course, it's not readily available. Not a lot of Walls of China. Volume is coming in because a lot of people out there, they're like, wow, man, it's nice. Look at that, $2.30. It's nice. Holly Sue, Jay said, is crashing down to 13-14s. Like, no better time to pick up Vanquish Soul. And in a way, compared to previous prices, like a month ago when the deck was crazy, there is no better time to pick up a competitive deck like this. Now, in my humble opinion, at this stage and age, I'd wait for the ban list. The ban list can come out anytime from next week moving forward at any moment, as we've been predicting on the channel, maybe towards middle of September, but it could start as early as next week. So keep it in mind, boys. Keep it in mind. You know, there's a ban list around the corner. You never know what gets hit, what doesn't get hit. So I'd be waiting. But after that, if these prices continue this cheap, like, I get it. If people decide, you know, to move on over to Vanquish. So we have Gordian Slicer. This card, every time we talk about it, is at a lower price. Crazy to see this card at 560s. You know, the walls are at 588, so the walls are actually sub $6 officially now. Almost about to hit over 100 listings for this core set secret rare. And yeah, I mean, at this point, it was 13 bones 3 months ago, and at this point, it's down 50%, over 50%, because it's just utility. It's not there. The potential is still there. It's still there. If you're looking for a core set secret rare, you have to spare $5-6. You know, not bad at all. Maybe long term. It shouldn't be getting a reprint anytime soon. So again, just one that I wanted to highlight, that it's at, you know, literally all-time lows at 560s right here, in case you always wanted to pick up the card, because you can see volume is still coming in. So, you know, the card is doing healthy in the sense of volume, but definitely not in price. We have Malice P March Air. This card was $26 3 months ago. Crazy. Crashed down to 12s, you know, 50% dump. Now we had the second largest volume candle in the last 90 days. Why? Because people are picking up Malice because the tins reprinted the deck core. I mean, it's not like the deck core wasn't cheap already, but when people have brand new prints, you know, in a rarity bump, like for example, the other Malice card, where is it? Yeah, White Rabbit now has let me just show you guys here real quick. So White Rabbit has the new reprint. Look at that. Look at that. Now it has a prismatic secret rare. So when people are cracking open the tins and they're like, you know, by the way, it was $3 bumping up to 5s. I don't know why. I don't know who's buying this card anymore, but it is what it is. Some people go, they crack the tins. They're like, oh, wow. Billy Bob's are like, oh, man, Malice is reprinted in here. Whoa. I always wanted to build that deck, man. I always wanted to play that deck. Yo, Ricky, what do I need to finish the deck? Oh, you need March Airs. You know, it came in that core set that's like $30 for a box and no one's cracking open. Yeah. That's what you need in there. Yeah. So they come in here and they're like, oh man, the card is $12. Okay, let me get a play set. And you see that volume coming in because Billy's late, you know, to play a deck that, yeah, you can top. Yeah, can still compete technically. But yeah, I mean, there's way better options nowadays. And yeah, I mean, card is 12s. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bump up maybe to 15s, but even that's a stretch in the sense of the walls of China there at $13. But the volume is coming in strong. Just wanted to highlight that this card is still down 50%, but the volume is going up just in case it rebounds. Not too much, nothing too crazy, but just one to keep on your radar. We have Ohime, the Manifesting Mechanical. This last year's tins card was $6 recently, and wow, 3 months later, crashing down, 3x move towards the downside essentially. And you do have a couple one-ups, and it does start going back up to 350s to 4s. 54 listings, you know, again, because people got high Mechanicals, oh my god, new support, and the deck probably won't do nothing. 90 to 95% of new support is just playing with our boomer emotions, okay? With our hope that our decks, our scrubby decks, will allow us to not remain at table 1000 at YCS Anaheim like your boy. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? We have Sky Striker Ace Kagari. This card was going crazy due to the yummy hype. Card was 550s, went up to 1170s, a 2x move, and then crashing back down to 727s. But we're at 675s, guys. So this card is almost all the way back down to the scene of the crime. 39 listings. And, you know, yeah, I mean, people, yummy players already have it. There's no new buyers coming in. And the card is readily available in cheaper versions as well. So the combination of all those things has this card flash crashing. So if you need it, you're looking forward to this specific version, which is actually beautiful. Not bad. It's back down, not just a single digits, but actually down like 40% from the high. So you definitely would want to take advantage of that. Then we have Spirit Reaper, QCSR. crashing back down to single digits. Shout out to my boomers out there. Card was 17 bones, says crashing down to 12s. We're at single digits just with a one of. That's the occasional one-off deal right there. So the card is down to 11 12s, but the card was at pushing 8, 17s. Look, even sales in the 20s. So, if you're a boomer, if you love zombies, if you need this card that can be played in multiple boomer formats, or multiple boomer decks rather, definitely keep it in mind. We have Chaos Hunter, man. This quarter century secret rare from Rarity Collection 2. Malice has fallen out of favor, and how the mighty have fallen. This card was $20, guys, $20. And 6 months later, you can see this card literally going from 20 bones. It says all the way to 530s, but we've had listings at 369s. Crazy, a placer right there. After that, it does go back up to 5s, guys. Keep it in mind. But even at 5s, card crashed down 4x from the highs. Crazy, breaking all previous chart structure here. Which, yeah, I mean, what I like about Chaos Hunter, it has cycled in and out of past meta formats at times. So I think in the future it'll always come back some way, somehow, because banishing in Yu-Gi-Oh is always important. And this card specifically doesn't allow your opponent to do it. So broken card right now, shouldn't be seen play. It deserves his 5. That's an occasional playset deal right there, but it deserves his $5 mark. Just wanted to highlight that this card has crashed down into oblivion. So if you always wanted it, quarter century secret rare 5 bones, not bad. You have Sage with Eyes of Blue. Crazy that this card is still consolidating towards the lows of $10. Crazy. You have a couple one-ofs here and there. Playsets at 11s, and then it does go towards 13s at the bottom of the page. So it's not like readily available with Walls of China, but at the same time, it's around $10. Crazy to see. 27 listings, so the card is still scarce, still getting volume. This is a card that people are going to pair with their Blue Eyes, new ulti as well. So at around 10 bones, this is just great. If you can get this card at $10, I think it ages very, very well. It is Sage with Eyes of Blue. It'll get more and more scarce. Don't sleep on this ultimate rare. Crazy that the card was 70s at one point. Then we have Lackluster Soldier, another ultimate rare from OTS Tournament Pack 17. This card used to be $20. We had a volume candle come in here. Says it crashed down to 16s, but you have the occasional one-ofs here at under 15s and around 15s. But after those two one-ofs, quickly becomes $20 and then 25s, then into the 30s and 40s and gone. So 13 listings is crazy to see this gap zone between the listing at the bottom of the page and the lowest listing right here, the first listed, and 2 pages only. So yeah, I mean, if you have the spare 15s, you never know when this card gets reprinted. It's not like it's seen play, but it's just an alternate, I was gonna say alternate rare. Well, yo, ultimate rare that I wanted to highlight for you guys. And then we have Kurikara Divine Incarnate. We were telling you guys to sell this card. Card hits $18, man. With Billy coming in and paid 47s, or Billy Bob. Card has crashed down to 10s, and here we are at the single digit mark. And yeah, man, I mean, the card is still needed in the sense it needs a reprint. We get it, but wow, had a parabolic. We talked about it at 6. We said to sell at above 15s, and now the card is flash crashing down, still with volume, still people picking it up. Still a great card. It won't change the card, the effect, the fundamentals, what it does. It's a great card, but again, single digits, man. Crashing down a 50% crash. Powerful. Hopefully you ran for them hills. We have Called by the Grave, QCSR. I mean, this Called by was $50 just 3 months ago. You wake up today and now it's a 30 piece. Down $20 from the highs, 32 listings. Yes, it's still your occasional one of. Yes, some people have multiple decks. They want multiples of these. You also have the alternate art. We understand. We'll talk about Stampede next week because I don't want you guys to forget about that set with all the 10 craziness. But in the meantime, this is, and I mentioned Stampede because the alternate art came in there, so we'll touch base on that. But for now, the Rarity Collection Uno version has been getting destroyed, guys. Down 20 bones from the highs. Wow, to see that happen. Hopefully this card comes back to 2 on the ban list. Thank you, Konami. Guys, link in the description down below. Discord and X. Make sure you follow over there. Shop accessories and $15 off over there on Whatnot. Take advantage of that. None of this content is official financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Make sure you subscribe. Ring that bell. Like the video on the way in. Would gladly appreciate that. And here we have Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Just a neat little Red Eyes card. There's people out there that they really love and enjoy Red Eyes. And I can't blame them. I really love Red Eyes. I prefer Red Eyes over Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, honestly. Love just the red, the black. Just love it, artwork-wise. But, you know, us Red Eyes player, we don't get love, man. When are we getting broken support, man? When are we getting a Red Eye structure deck? Just like Blue Eyes did, man. You know, when are we doing that? When are we getting Red Eyes Black Dragon in an OTS pack? Ultimate rare. Man, a man can keep dreaming. In the meantime, the quarter century secret rare for Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon is $6. And the card was 16s. Now it's six bones, literally, guys. Insane. It does quickly go back towards 7s and beyond at the bottom of the page. Just a couple 1-ups if you're looking for a neat quarter century secret rare that you want exposure to. From Rarity Collection 1, it's really scarce. Definitely one to keep in mind. We have Transaction Rollback, another quarter century secret rare from Stampede. And again, we're going to be talking about Stampede next week, but just wanted to highlight this one because it's 5 bones, man. Card was 5s and some change, went up to 6s and then now back down to 5s. And yeah, 45 listings. Yeah, after a couple 1-ups, it does go back up to 6 bones. But again, people have been taking advantage of, you know, at 4s, 5s, just readily available here, buying up this card. Insane. And again, Transaction Rollback is not like it's the end-all be-all. It's not doing anything right now. But when we talk about all these trap cards, they always come back at one point in the meta. Down the line is going to be a broken trap deck. Everyone's going to want this card. Keep it in mind. $5. Not bad at all. We have Pre-Preparation of Rites. Again, this quarter century secret rare was 16 bones not too long ago, and now it says 833s. We're in the 6s, boys. We're in the 6s. $20 for a playset of this card. Not bad. 43 listings. Again, rituals always cycle in and out of the meta. Lately with, you know, Mitsubudis. And now, again, this quarter century secret rare, not just back down to single digits, but at 6s, man. Under 7s, readily available. If you want the card, no better time to get access to it. We have Gold Sarcophagus. Again, QCSR, an iconic card art-wise, but also actually using boomer strategies for past formats. And the card is at 617s, man. Readily available with RO9s at around 626s. 55 listings. Volume has been coming in strong. Here at these levels, people are just realizing this card is just too cheap. Mind you, when you go to the yearly, this card was a 30 piece at the height, you know, of the hype when it came to Malice. And just crazy. The card was 10s, went up to 30s. Now you wake up one day and the card is $6. Again, same deal for many of these. A playset for 20 bucks. Not bad, boys. Not bad. If you're looking to add this to your collection, you're playing this in a boomer format at around 6s. Not bad at all to get exposure to this card. We have Soul Charge. Again, a lot of hype around this card. When you go to the 6-month chart, the card was $8. Went up all the way to 17s with some Billy Bobs paying 30s for the card. Now flash crashing all the way back down to single digits, guys. So strong crash. Back down essentially to the scene of the crime. 59 listings. A couple 1-ups, and then it does reclaim the double-digit mark. So clean this up janitor style. We can see. Don't take this for granted. I know when the card was 18 pushing 20s, a lot of people were like, man, I wish I would have bought it at single digits. Here it is, man. The market usually gives people second chances to really test out if they really wanted the card or not. And here we are, a couple 1-ups and 2-ups, and the card does head towards 11. So single digits, anything single digits should age well for this card. Because again, it's actually used in past formats, and this it's quarter century secret rare. We have Secret Village of the Spellcasters. This one from Bonanza. This card was 15s, went up to 25s with some Billy Bob paying 40 bucks, and then crashed all the way back down, not just to the scene of the crime, but lower, guys. 29 listings, a couple 1-ups at 1150s, and then eventually it does reclaim the $15-16 mark and beyond. But yo, these are great flash deals, man. If you want this quarter century, if you love spellcasters, if you play this or think it's going to see play in the future, the card is broken. And at 1150s, you can't go wrong, man. You just can't. You have Sky Striker Ace Azalea. This card used to be 17s, went parabolic to 30s, crashed back down to 16s. And we talked about this card at 16, selling people still single print. It could rebound back into the 20s. Don't sleep on it. We had the second largest volume candle in the last 90 days, and it took it from 16s back up to 20s. Just as expected, 15 listings here, you know, and the card is around the low 20s. Does go towards the mid 20s at 25 bones at the bottom of the page. Volume is coming in, and this card is still a single print, man. I'm honestly like looking at this card. I skipped the 10s as well. Like, when is this card getting reprinted, if ever? Just crazy to see that happen with a card like that. We have Sky Striker Ace Hayate, the new art again from Stampede here. Alternate art, was 25 bucks, spiked up to 30s. It was a fake out because now all-time lows, guys, in the low 20s at 2166s, 45 listings here. You have 5 pages only, so the card is still, somewhat scarce. It's still an alternate art. It's a Sky Striker card, but again, it's one of the ones that is not like heavily used. But yeah, around 20 bucks, all-time lows. Just one to keep in mind. We have K9 Lupus CR. Talked about Juhu yesterday, but wanted to highlight that the CR is 598, man. All-time lows. The card was recently in the 7s. 49 listings, and it's a one-of that every K9 player essentially needs, playing the K9 engine. $6 for a CR? That's crazy. The walls are back up at 739s, and then you have 6 here, 650s, but don't sleep on it, man. I think that's a great deal. Sure, could it be $5? Maybe, but $6, I wouldn't fret for that extra $1. I would get it done if you want the CR version, which is the perfect mid-max rarity, because the Starlight is still, almost 3x above the current price. So CRs for 6s for your one of, great time to pick this up, especially if you see it in a trade binder. Then you have Mitsu cards, Mitsu Booty Ritual, the QCSR and the regular Ultra. You have Amy no Murakumo, yes, maybe so, Mitsu Booty here for the quarter century secret rare. These 3 cards is crazy to, see that they still haven't gotten hit, obviously, because we haven't had our list. A lot of people expecting this, prayers to get hit or just the engine in itself to pave way, not because the deck is heavily represented, but just to move on from the deck. So yeah, Mitsu Booty Ritual still consolidating at around 10s. Crazy how this card has actually held and hasn't crashed down into the single digit mark. So yeah, 56 listings. I would still be moving this card now, taking advantage that this is still $30+ in my pocket. Billy, take this from me just in case it gets hit or eventually reprinted down the line. That's what I'd be doing with the card. And the quarter century secret rare in the last 3 months was triple digis, and every time we come revisit this card, it's at an all-time low. Look, it was 53s not too long ago. Right here, it's a 40 piece already. Just continues crashing down, getting destroyed into oblivion, guys. So sure, after a couple 4-ofs and a couple listings here and there, it does reclaim the mid 40s, but I'd be selling this card in a hurry. I'm in a heartbeat. 57 listings. If you haven't, you should have been selling this card, but if you still have this card by any chance, I'd be moving it now before it continues getting destroyed in price. And same like Amy. This card was 40 bucks. Before that, it was 78, 80s, down 50% to 40s, and now down to 35s, guys. 36s, 27 listings. So you're starting to see the sell pressure ramp up. I'd be selling these cards before the potential ban list. We have Blue Eyes White Dragon, Starlight Rare, again from Battles of Legend Monster Mayhem. The card was 166s recently, crashing down, it says, to 155s. But honestly, we're at 128s, 22 listings. So this Blue Eyes is like the OT in the sense that you're starting to get these flash deals here. They're probably not long lasting. You want to take advantage of at around 130s or anything below is a steal. Quickly goes back up to 140s and eventually to 154s at the bottom of the page. So it's a Blue Eyes card. It's a chibi art. Collectors are going to want it. It's going to get more and more scarce. So if you want this card at 128, it's not bad at all to pick up that sweet deal. And same with the secret rare. We talked about the Starlight Rare, chibi art, and then the secrets are around 5s. Beautiful, beautiful. Starting to kind of curve from the lows. Right here, you can see kind of like starting. So you don't want to miss out. If you've needed this card, you do have massive walls of China. We understand the supply is there, but no better time to pick up this card near 5s if you need it for your collection or you just want this card. Don't forget about it. We have No Punk Rising Scale. This Monster Mayhem Ultra still getting destroyed, man. It was 44s. It is having somewhat of a tad bit of a rebound, but massive walls of China. The supply is coming in. 78 listings. Yes, we're getting future punk support. I'm sorry, psychic support, but most people don't care. And this card was 15s not too long ago, and then we wake up one day down 3x. Crazy, just crazy how the market works. We have Gemini Nepi Rim. This card, same deal, was 1350s, got hyped. I think it topped nationals or it topped, I forgot what event, and everyone was going crazy. Card 1415s, Billy Bob paying 30s for now, a card that is not even $5. Massive wall of China right there, $5, 73 listings, and yeah, the card is readily available. No better time to pick up the Gemini engine if you really want and like to play. You love how the deck performs, you're playing the deck, things of that nature. 5 bones, much better than paying a 3x price increase as before, but it's crazy how these card prices get hyped. They go up, and then eventually the downfall continues. So we have Spectral Dragon Ruler of Flickers, like this ultra rare from Alliance Insight, just making lower highs and lower lows, so it is in a downtrend. But yeah, man, I mean, this card is what, 325 is not bad. Get a playset for 10 bones, 92 listings. You never know if Dragon Rulers get a second wave of support. You just never know. It's an iconic Yu-Gi-Oh deck. A lot of people love it. Don't sleep on this card. This is one of the harder ultras to get from the set. So at 325s, play set for 10 bucks. If you need the card, no better time to pick it up in case we do get that future support. We have Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. This Ghost Girl had the cat-shaped dump right here, guys. You already know. You already know, man. Spooky Dogwood got spooked by, you know, the cat on the picture right here. Or that's a dog? Okay. That's why Spooky Dogwood, not Catwood. Here we have Spooky Catwood. Yo, if you're 50 minutes in, you deserve to have fun with your boy, man. You deserve it. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, that cat. You already know, man. Hey, he's smiling at you. We draw the ear right here. Damn, no, not a line. Why did it change? I didn't click a line. I have the marker. And then we have this right here. Oh, if you leave it pressed, it does that? It changes? No? I don't know what happened there. But yeah, the cat is smiling at you, guys. Yo, that's funny, man. So yeah, the card was what? 15 50s, pushing 16s. Volume is coming in. It says at 11 50s, actually bumping it back up to 12s. So yeah, the card is down $3, couple billies here and there. If you want this Ghost Girl, you know, the cat already smiled at you, so no better time than to buy into the smiling cat. And lastly, we have Winter Cherries, a card that always, man, just always goes from $5 to 20s and back down to 5s. Crazy, just always hype into a new format. Oh my God, we're gonna hit the extra deck monster. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And then the card doesn't really do much. So card was $5, 550s, went up to says 1150s, but the card was actually at 16s. Now crashing right back down to says the 7s, but we're at 647s, 38 listings. Essentially crashing back down to the scene of the crime. Essentially. After a couple play sets here and there, it does go back up to 9s, but I mean, I expect this card to go right back down to $5 to the scene of the crime. Like, this pump never happened. It's just crazy to see these volatile moves. And again, what hype cycles and hype can do to a Yu-Gi-Oh card's price. Guys, if you made it this far onto the video, you guys are straight MVPs. Hopefully you guys are having a beautiful Sunday. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Thank you for tuning in, for subscribing, ringing that bell, liking the video. Make sure you share this in one place in a group chat or with some friends. It really does go a long way, guys. Guys, if you're still here, straight MVPs. Simple as that. Thank you so much for your time, for your support, for your attention. Stay fresh.